Today we're down in Torrevieja. I don't know if you can see it, there's actually a ferry boat just over there. If you know Torrevieja, there's a fountain. And we're just having a breakfast and a cup of coffee. The kids are at an art class today, so we've dropped them off, come in on the bus. Because one of the things I will say about Torrevieja is parking is a nightmare. It's actually just easier to get the bus.
¿Has podido conectar? ¿Tienes conexión?
Sí.
Sí, vale, muy bien.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're here today, but I wanted to show some of the reasons that Torrevieja is nice and some of the reasons it's not so nice. Just so you can get a feel for it. One of the good things is the restaurants are nice. You've got things like, let's say, the fountain. There's some of this. What's that artist? The famous guy in Barcelona. He's similar to that, isn't it? Gaudi, yeah. You know, there's that sort of furniture stuff. It's nice. Yeah, mosaic effect, nice and wavy and interesting. But we'll have a look around today and just show you what we like here and also what we don't like. Thank you. Okay, so Torrevieja. It's famous for salt. That's what it's famous for. Now Torrevieja itself means Torre is tower and Veja being old, so old tower is its name basically. But it's quite a nice location on the coast side. If you like boats, vessels, whatever you want to call them, yachts, I don't know how fussy some people get. There's a beautiful marina here. Just try to get down to it. But there's lots and lots of stuff in there. There's some small stuff, like the jet skis at the front here, all the way up to some pretty expensive seagoings, yachts or whatever. I say whatever because I know, like I said, some people go, oh, it's not a yacht, it's a vessel or a boat or whatever, so you know what, large vessels. But as you can see, it's fairly expensive. One of the things I do like about here as well, which is sometimes I just come down and have a look at, is the fish. There's a lot of fish in this water here. Obviously not going to be too many on the edge here, so it's quite shallow. And you've got these guys sitting down here and waiting for anything that arrives. But, oh, there you go, there's some little fish down here. There you go, lots of little fish down there. It's just generally a nice look. There is a salt museum as well. I haven't been there yet, on the to-do list. But that's one of the key things is the marina. As you can see, you can get jet skis. You can hire these out as well, by the way. There's if you have seen the video relating to the jet boat, where we're out in the jet boat, that comes out here. There's also the one with the board, which is a bit like jet skiing, but with the waterboard. It's over there, it's on a hoist with a couple of ramps and things. So there's plenty to do. And one of the things is, obviously, a lot of this is built around tourism. And then obviously there's no shortage of seating. It's nice to come and sit and just chill out. And that's just some of the good stuff here. One of the things that puts a lot of people off, although it's not really an issue here, well, it is, you can barely see what I'm talking about, but I think that's the music hall there as well. There's a big music hall there. But you see how close the buildings are. That's one of the things that puts people off, because it's pretty much laid out like that all the way through. So if you're not on the outskirts, a lot of the buildings don't really get a lot of sunlight, which puts people off it, because a lot of people buying for holiday areas or etc., they want the sun, and a lot of these buildings don't get it. Now, the good thing about here is there's plenty of areas to walk. The town, although it's fairly condensed, it's not kite surfing. That's what there's kite surfing as well. There's plenty of areas to walk around, plenty of restaurants. There's a fairground, although the fairground, I'm not sure when it's open. I think I've only ever seen it open once. There's the market stuff, but the markets here are mainly around tourism. This one's not normally here, this is sort of here, must be for the holiday season. But there's a lot of units down the other side, selling all sorts for the tourists. But one of the things that you do have here is lots and lots of restaurants. There's one there. Tea Club. And while we're here, one of the nicest buildings in Torrevieja, it's just up there. You've probably seen some of my other videos. The church, straight ahead. It's on its own little plaza. Nice building. All the banks are here, plenty of banks. The library was here or something as well. I've never been in the library. It's one of those buildings I want to get to, but I never get to. And I suppose one of the most important things here is it's very cosmopolitan. It's used to having a lot of international people here, so from that point of view you don't really have too many problems, although the language barrier is still a big thing here. That's just something you get used to. I mean, the thing is here, it's not hard to find people that can translate stuff for you anyway. Here's some of the band. I don't know, I'm not sure what the band's famous for, so maybe someone could put that in the comments below. That's a good day out as well, there, Rio Safari. That's really good. It's up in Elche though, it's not actually in Torrevieja, but it's a good day out for the family. April's still having breakfast over here. There's some nice restaurants next to the fountain. We're just at the Romo restaurant. But I'm just going to go around here to the right before I go and meet April again. Just to show you some of the stuff on the water side. There's plenty of parking here as well on the waterfront. Well, like I said, if you're here all day or living here, paying in the car park obviously isn't the best way, and that's when it becomes a bit of a pig to actually get some regular parking.
La misma persona en nosotros nada.
One of the things I do recommend is getting the ferry boat up to Torrevieja Island. Ideally you want to leave early in the morning and spend the day there, and you can actually rent locations up there for like a holiday place, because there's a lot of sea life there. It's a sea life sanctuary, so It's a nice ride out on the ferry for the kids or whatever. But also it's a very nice place. Search through my videos, you'll see, because I did a few videos on the sea life there, you know, even from just the boat. But it's one of the places I want to go scuba diving. Just heading up and around, try not to get run over. But one of the big attractions here, or one of the main attractions, which we'll just have a look over the top here because you'll get a good view of the other bits and pieces, is there's a submarine which is just parked over there. Don't know if you can see it, but you can actually go inside the submarine. I've got videos of that. That's another cool thing here. Some of the guys go fishing on the water edge there. I'm not sure how much of it's legal or not, I'm not sure, but they do it, so all good to me. Love fishing myself. And obviously we've got the boardwalk, we'll be going up there later. That's the fairground. Yeah, so I mean that's most of it. I mean, like I said, most of the things here, people are friendly, it's laid back. The main issue I have is parking, but if you're buying here, one of the problems is that the houses seem to have been built too close together. The roads could have been doing with being a bit wider. Unless you're obviously on the front, then you got all that sunlight. But yeah, if you've been here, just take a wander around. I mean, the reason we're on the front here for going for breakfast was we were looking at a couple of other restaurants, and they're all in the shade. You know, we want a bit of sunlight first in the morning. We've just come out of the house. So that's the only downside I would say here. Beyond that,
this is just around the corner from the cafe. Have you walked down it yet?
Beyond that, I wouldn't say it was difficult to find work, but it does have some of the, I believe it's one of the lowest paid areas in Spain. But then again, that also makes sense with tourism. Tourism industry is famously not a big payer, so that's one of those things. But I would say it's also quite easy to get sustainable here though. And this is the market area here. Don't know if they'll be open yet, but we'll have a look now. Oh, and there's a little train here, which is, this goes up to La Mata, so we can catch it. The market's still closed. So this little train bus thing goes to the top of the hill. I think Torrevieja, the tower on the hill. That's fun for the kids. You know, kids love trains. But the other thing is the high street's pretty good here. Try not to get one over across the road. Yeah, the high street's got some good shops on it as well. But also, you've got Lazinia not far away, so you've got a big shopping complex. It's located not far from Alicante, not far from Murcia, so getting the airports isn't a problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's quite a busy road here, so you can see what the parking's like. I'll step out into the road once the other cars on past. So the parking can be, like I said, a bit of a nightmare. I mean, it's alright if you park down here, but I can't remember what it is, about €1 an hour or something. But like I said, if you're here all the time, you don't really want to be paying for a parking. And that's the other thing, it's not really ever quiet because it does have a living population in this area. Basically meaning whatever time of day you try to park, there's always cars. Right, thanks for watching.